Hey guys, welcome back. In last lecture we started with classes. In this lecture we'll continue and we'll talk more about constructors. Let's start. Let's open your playground.js file. Let's scroll down here and let's see our constructor. So you can see here that we are passing our values, first name, last name, and an age. Let's see what will happen when I will not provide here any age. So I'm not providing here any age, just the first name and the last name. You can guess what we will get here. Okay, so let's save this and you can guess what we will get as the age for my person one. Let's go back to our browsers. Let's refresh this. Okay, and I should actually remove this breakpoint from the export here. So let's click on this. Let's resume script execution and let's jump into person one. So person one. Let's forward this execution and let's see. So we are getting first name for Philip, last name Yerga, and an age undefined. So this is what we will assign to our age. We'll get here undefined value. So this age for this person one will be undefined. Not very good. Alright, so when we will print user info, we want to print here first name, last name, and we will print here undefined age. So you can see now in a console log you should see my name of undefined. Actually, hello Philip Yerga of age undefined. Okay, so let's go back to our coding editors and we can improve our code. Sometimes you want to use default values. So if you maybe forgot for a value or you don't want to assign the value right now, you can use default value. So let's scroll up here to last name, well, actually not to last name, to a constructor, and let's see these parameters here. So I can say here, I want to get here first name, last name, and when I will get here age, I'm not sure if I want to pass it right now. So I will say here, when user will not pass here any age, let's assign to an age number, let's say 0. Okay, as we are doing here, and this way I can maybe remove this age here, like this, any value, so this will be undefined now. Alright, so let's go back to our browsers. Alright, let's go to person one constructor. Now you will see this age is undefined by itself. So when I will get here age, and I'm not passing any age will be 0. So you can see age is 0 because I didn't pass any age. So I will assign here first name, last name, and to age I will assign, let's see, this age. Now you can see age is 0. Okay, so this is a default value. When I will go to my person 2, so I will forward this. Now you can see this is a person instance 2. I'm getting here age 35. So I will not use this 0 at all. Alright, so you can see now I will not use this 0. I'm getting here 35, and this is what I will assign to my age. This will be 35. Amazing. Alright, so this is how you can create a default values for a constructors when you are not sure when you want to pass a value, or maybe you want to pass a value later and you don't want to get undefined. Let's go back to our coding editors. And of course, the same thing you can do with any function. So you can do same thing with a print user info. You can do same thing with a print something. You can assign default values for your parameters of the functions. Perfect. All right, let's continue a little bit more. And what if we would pass here instead of these values, these parameters, object? Sometimes it's better. So I will show you an example with the object. So I will comment this out. Let's first copy it, let's comment this out, and let's paste it under. Okay, and let's expect to get here object. So I'll expect here to get here, let's say, user data or person data. This way, I'm expecting that on the person data, we'll have a first name, last name, and an age. Okay, so I'll expect that we'll have a person data first name. So as I told you, you can access your properties on an object like this, person data dot first name, person data dot last name, and person data dot age. Perfect. All right, let's save this. Let's scroll down here and let's see how we need to change now constructor. Now we are expecting to get our objects into a constructor. So I will copy everything like this. I will comment this out. You can remove this debugger, and let's paste under our initialization of our classes. All right, so we are expecting to receive here now objects. Okay, so I will remove these values, and I will expect to get here, and I will provide here object. Object with the first name, which will be Philip, a last name, which will be my last name, All right, and the age will be my age. All right. Now I will create a second person with this exactly the same data, so I will wrap them inside of a brackets like this, and we can write it again. So I'll write here curly brackets for an object, and I want to pass here, let's say now I will choose a different order. I will pass here age will be 34, first name will be Peter, and our last name will be Green. So last name Green. You can see here is a different order of these properties on the object. So I'm not specifying any particular order. Here is a, as we specified before, object with the first name, last name, age, and here is a different order. Okay, so let's write here debugger, and let's go back to your browsers. All right, let's refresh, and now let's go to a person one. Okay, so I'm getting inside of a constructor. You can see in a person data, I'm getting my object. You can see your object with the age, first name, last name. Perfect. Now I will forward this or some script execution to next debugger, which is in my constructor, and I can assign here to my first name, this first name, my person data first name. So accessing first name on a person data, which is my name, Philip, last name and an age, and you will see that we are getting our age, first name, and last name. Amazing. All right. Yeah, let's continue execution, and now we should get instead of a second constructor for our second instance, and we are getting here person data of our Peter Green, and you can see it doesn't matter on an order in an object. Okay, so you can specify your properties as you want, but you can still access them when you will provide here a property name or a key on the object. Okay, so we'll get here again our person, age, first name, last name, everything is matching. Perfect. All right, so I will now show you this structurization. It's very handy in some cases. Let's go back to your coding editors. And when you know what data you are expecting to get inside of your functions or constructors, you can use this structurization. So first, let's comment this out, and let's paste it under. Okay, and you can wrap this inside curly brackets. So I'm destructurizing here our properties of the object, and you need to specify here exactly the same property names as you specified on the data you are sending to this object when you are to this class when you are initializing this class. Okay, and this works with any functions and not only with constructors. Okay, so here we are getting our object. I am destructurizing it, and I want to destructurize properties with first name, last name, and it doesn't matter on the order, so I will write here first name, age, and the last name. And now I can get this like this without writing person data, because we are destructurizing this in a parameters of this constructor, and age like this. And you will see this will still work. All right, let's go back to our browsers. Okay, so now you will see when I will forward this, I'm getting here my first name, age, and the last name. Doesn't matter on order. I'm destructurizing it from an object. Perfect. Let's forward this, and you can see I am getting here my data still. Okay, so everything is working. Amazing. So let's continue with this more. Let's go back to our coding editors. And this is very similar as to saying, okay, actually I write here another constructor. So let's see one more improvement, not actually improvement, but just a different syntax. So let's comment this, copy it, and one more time, the different way how to write this. So constructor again. And now I'll get here again my person data object. So now we're getting again person data object. We don't want to destructurize it here, but let's say we want to destructurize it instead of a constructor. So I'll write here const. Now I'll write here destructurization, curly brackets. I want to assign here person data. All right, so person data, and now inside properties you want to destructurize from a person data. I would like to destructurize first name, last name, and age. Okay, and again, it doesn't matter on the order. Okay, and this is the same as writing this. Okay, I will write here similar syntax. So const first name equals person data dot first name, like this, last name here and last name here, age here, and age here. Okay, I will like this. So you can see this first line here is exactly the same as writing these 3 lines down here. And the same thing is happening inside of a constructor parameters here when I was destructurizing inside of these parameters up here. Alright, so you can see what is better syntax. Okay, so here I can write just 1 line, but here I need to write 3 lines, so like this. Okay, so now it will work again, so I don't even write your debugger. If you want to see, I can write your debugger. Let's go back to our browsers. Let's refresh. Alright, let's forward this, and we are getting again our person data, which is an object, but here I will destructurize this data, so we'll forward on the next line. So let's click here on this line, on this first name, and let's click here isomscript execution, and you will see that we're getting here first name, last name, age. Perfect. So we are getting everything. Now I will show you how you can assign default values to your object. Okay, so let's go back to our coding editors. And let's see how can we get here the default value. So let's say the age will be not defined on a person data. So let's get it like this. So age, and I will say age will be default value 37. So 30, age 37, or actually you should write it like this. Age equals sign and 37. Or age can be default value 100. It's up to you what you want to prefer to get here. And now when I will send here, let's say I will remove this age, so I'm not providing any age to this person. Let's save this. Let's go back to our browsers. Let's refresh. You will see that we'll have here age of 100. So let's go to a constructor. You will see person data doesn't contain any age because I didn't send it for my person 1. But here I'm saying my default age will be 100. Okay, so I'll create here again breakpoint on this line. I will forward this execution, isomscript execution, and you will see now first name Philip, last name Yerga, and age 100. So you can get your default value from this object. Alright, so everything is working amazing, and as I told you, you can do exactly the same stuff with your functions. Constructor is just a function, and you can pass objects to your other functions, and you can destructurize in parameters of this function. Alright, you can do exactly the same stuff. This apply to every function and to, yeah. So guys, let's remove this debugger. Here are different ways how to write constructors, and with this we will finish this lecture. In next lecture we'll continue again a little bit more with the classes, and I would like to explain you more this context and arrow functions. So guys, for this, I hope to see you in the next lecture. Cheers guys!